Hi, everyone. Good evening. I hope I'm audible. And thank you so much for joining in and welcome to the YouTube Live on forgiveness and aware acceptance. Okay, lovely. So we're just going to wait for maybe a minute to start if anyone else wants to join in. Okay. All right. So let's begin at 7:30. Hi, Divya. Hi, Gunjal. Thank you so much for joining, guys. All right. Today's topic is about forgiveness. Hi, Umi. Lovely that you guys join in. It's so nice to see all of you always join in. Thank you. All right. So today's topic that I have chosen and that we are going to be talking a little bit about, and please share your insights and views on it also because they're extremely valuable, I'm sure, and everyone will gain something and learn something from it as well. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about forgiveness, which I think some of you who've joined in today already know quite a bit about. And I'm also going to be talking to you about aware acceptance, okay, and how that is different from forgiveness, okay. So, in a nutshell, forgiveness and aware acceptance all resides within the heart chakra, okay, the heart center or the Nahat chakra, okay. So, this is the center where we realize that anything that is blocking the flow of love in our life is actually limiting us. And surprisingly, more than the grief, the hurt, the pain that other people cause us, it is more often the grief and the hurt that we cause ourselves by not forgiving or by carrying that unforgiveness in our space. And that is primarily what begins to block our heart chakra or our heart center. So let's understand forgiveness once quickly, okay? So forgiveness is not equal to forgetting because we can't forget. It's what is there in the subconscious. Whatever has happened to us will always stay with us, whether it's childhood memories, whether even it's a past life pre-programming. So forgiveness doesn't mean that you're going to forget. Also, a lot of us have this confusion and myth that if we forgive, we open ourselves up to actually getting hurt again or letting the other person give a chance for them to affect us again or make the same mistake again. Whereas it's actually just the opposite that is true. Because when we don't forgive, what is happening is a part of us is stuck. It's like how you have a complete windshield and then there's a crack, and that crack gets stuck at that instance or that with that person who we are not forgiving. And because we are not forgiving, we actually ensure that we are magnifying that incident, that person, that energy of unforgiveness. And it actually ensures, more often than not, that such a thing could repeat itself again. A similar pattern could occur again. So forgiveness is primarily your one of the easiest ways to step out of this repetitive loop. Okay. And more than forgiving others, the hardest or the most important step in forgiveness is to forgive yourself. A lot of us are born, whether it's religious upbringing or it's when we were taught when we were children that um, penance, repent what you did, feel sorry for what you did, don't how can you not be punished. And this mechanism of self punishment that comes to us very very beautifully, we live in self punishment for most of our lives for small small things. We're thought of this We couldn't finish this task. Okay, we will punish ourselves by holding on to that grudge, by not letting it go, by not thinking of, okay, what could have been, what was the other door that had to open up. We don't do that. And this self punishment mechanism is what leads to the maximum amount of unforgiveness towards your own self. You don't need guilt, regret, and unforgiveness to understand that you made a mistake and it's okay to move on and to make a shift in your life. In fact, when we acknowledge that yes, we made a mistake, yes, we slipped up, yes, we may have done something that could have caused the other person hurt, maybe unknowingly also, we own up to it. We feel it, we acknowledge it, we accept it, and we forgive ourselves. That is when you actually ensure that you can completely move from that space, from that cycle, from that incident, and from repeating a similar pattern in your life again. Yes, I agree. Forgiveness doesn't come that easy. Forgiveness happens in stages, it happens at levels, and it takes time. But only you know whether you have truly forgiven someone else or yourself. One very, very easy way to find that out is that when you think of that incident, do you feel any emotional charge, or can you completely view it like a movie? It's there, the file will always exist, but do you have an emotional charge towards it, or can you be completely neutral? When you are truly neutral, it implies that somewhere the forgiveness is complete. And when the forgiveness is complete, now this is what I wanted to actually talk to you about, especially because there are a lot of senior students here also attending. We move past the need even to forgive. When this whole unforgiveness forgiveness cycle has occurred, and there is very little emotional charge, there is a question that you need to ask yourself, that why do I even attract situations which demand my forgiveness time and again? Why the need to bring in experiences that attract the need for forgiveness, whether it's towards yourself or towards someone else? When you begin to understand that everything that you are doing somewhere, okay, this will take time to digest, and it's okay. Somewhere you are manifesting or bringing in situations where you have to forgive either someone else or yourself. That also becomes your mechanism of growth. And unknowingly, we keep attracting situations and people, including things that we do, our mistakes. So we will make repetitive mistakes so that we bring in the need to forgive, and then through forgiveness, we grow. Now, what if I tell you there's another shortcut even to that? And that is aware acceptance. And that is the mastery of heart chakra. Aware acceptance transcends beyond the need even to forgive. Because who are you to forgive? Even yourself. Who are you? When we realize that in the larger scheme of things, there is a reason why someone was placed in our life. They did what they did. And that's the role they are playing. And that's what I needed to learn. Or my own mistake was helping me do this. And this is what I needed to learn. There is an awareness. You understand the game. You understand why people are placed a certain way in your life. And you move past the need to even forgive because you can see the game and you can see your role in it. And that aware acceptance works like a snap of a finger. You don't even need to spend time saying, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. Once that acceptance happens and you understand the larger play, or why we did this, or why this person came into life, or why did I do this to hurt someone else also, things or experiences begin to complete themselves so much faster. So, beyond the need to forgive lies the space of aware acceptance. Tap into that. When we accept with awareness, not with defeat, not with desperation, not for the heck of it, when with awareness we accept the people, the situations, and ourselves, sometimes even our role to be certain, like slightly stern, we then allow us or ourselves to be love. Not have love, but be love. Because when you begin with awareness to understand why things are positioned and people are positioned, you can simply tap into the flow of love and be that frequency. You know that this is not that person's doing. It's no longer you versus me. And aware acceptance can actually take you to the crown consciousness also. Oneness. I don't know how much sense this is making. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask or share, please put it on the comment box. How are you feeling when I say this? I mean, I don't even know if it's okay if you disagree. Whatever it is, however you are, let me know. Okay. So we start one step at a time. We can begin with forgiveness. Most of all, forgiving your own self. Okay. And eventually reach a space of asking yourself this question: why the need to forgive? Why even the need to attract situations where I need to forgive? Yes, Urmi. So, thank you for asking me that question. Um, yes, all things around us happen for us. Absolutely. Aware acceptance is interesting. Yes, lovely. Um, it'll be a very strange affirmation that I'm going to be giving you, but also begin to understand your association of growth with the need to forgive. So I revive, recognize, realign, reorient, and reposition my association of growth with forgiveness. Okay? I see my need to grow through forgiveness. I feel my need to grow through forgiveness. I acknowledge my need to grow through forgiveness. I love and accept my need to grow through forgiveness. I honor my need to grow through forgiveness. I honor the brilliance in my need to grow through forgiveness. I am this need to grow through forgiveness, and my need to grow through forgiveness is me. And finally, we work with the more in acceptance I am with awareness, or the more aware acceptance I have, the more I flow with love. That everything is a part of a bigger game, however. Yes, so that's a so good observation, Smriti. That yes, basically, I know a lot of us retrospectively get into acceptance, and that awareness comes that, oh, this is why this happened. But the more you work with your emotional charges, and the more we manage to, swing lesser and lesser from one extreme to the other, you will find yourself getting this awareness faster and faster. And at some point, it will not be retrospective, because you will see that when every time I look back, it makes sense. Then why can't I make sense of it in the now? Why do I need to look back? Why can't I be ahead of the game? Wow, the more aware acceptance I had, the more I feel. Yeah, thank you so much for putting it down on me. Yes. Or the more I can be love. And when you are love, you will also attract that frequency, guys. Understand that, we look for love, but we are in unlove. We are in lack of love. We are in lack of forgiveness, even if you want to take 2 steps back to forgiveness. That's okay. Then how can we attract love? First, be love. And be love doesn't mean that, being love is equal to calling someone up 10 times, or following up with so and so, or dropping a hi hello. No. When you are love, you will know exactly what has to be done, when it has to be done, and when nothing also has to be done, people will still feel your love. That is the power of being love. So ask yourself every time, whether you do something, ask yourself, am I in love or am I in lack of love? And be honest with yourself. Am I in acceptance or am I in defeat? What am I operating out of? And you will begin to understand that why the environment also gives you feedback the way it does. And obviously, please be brutally honest with yourself when you do it. And see how your feedback will change the more you do activities when you are in love, in the frequency of love, flowing with love. Yes, I hope, Gunjal, that helps you, statements and cognitively a little bit. So, yeah, so I just wanted to just touch a little bit upon this. Of course, if you have any further questions, or if you have any doubts, or something that you want to ask me, you can personally message me as well, or put it in the comment later. I will reply to it. But this is just something, it's a little food for thought. Yeah. A perception, or a perspective, sorry, on forgiveness, and a perspective on how to move beyond even forgiving. All right. So, yeah, that's it from me. Just a quick short chat with all of you. You know how much I love to do that. Thank you for joining in. If you have any questions, I'm around for a couple of more minutes. If something you want to write, share. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you, Urmi. Lovely. Thank you so much, Gunjan. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Manman. Oh, lovely. So, if we do recognize being lack, yes, you accept it, you see the lack, you feel the lack, you acknowledge it, you honor the lack, and you also understand that. You also ask yourself, sorry, what would it take to move from lack to abundance? So, lack of love to love. What would it take to do that? Yeah. Repetitive pattern is completely unforgiveness, Anjana. Forgive or accept with awareness as to why this is being placed the way it has been placed. Okay? Awesome. Thank you, Kavita. Thank you, Ritu. Thanks, Divyanjana. All right. Good night. Have a lovely evening. And I will see you all soon. Bye bye.